Yo guys, and welcome to yet another episode of the Nürnberg Career Mode. Today we'll be getting through 4 matches and we'll be finishing off the first transfer window. One of these matches will be simped, and that's the one on screen right now against Duisburg. And they are definitely not the best team in the league. I think they actually were promoted into this league, and they are at the bottom. Yes, they are in the 18th position without any points in the league so far. Together with Karlsruhe, who will also have no points in the league, but they have gotten a better goal difference. So we are going to be simming, and we can still play a strong team, because if you look at the calendar, not the other leagues, I want to look at the calendar, I'm very sorry. You can see that we have quite a nice break into the next match, which is against St. Pauli. And as you can see, we will be finishing off January the summer transfer window of this season, which is the first transfer window. Don't forget that we're still only in the 3rd episode. So we're trying to get this win against Duisburg, and we're playing a stronger side, and they are pretty good on stamina, but we did get the win, but a player got injured, which was Hovland. He is now injured for 2 months. It was very quick, briefly on screen, but he's actually injured for 2 months. Our best centre back is out. And we now got 2 offers for our goalkeeper Alexander Steffen, who is definitely not going to be used by me, but that's the end of the transfer deadline day. He did get sold, by the way, for 110k. And if you got a quick look at the top transfers, you could see that Bayern München has signed Pogba, sold Robben, and sold Alaba. So they have sold a few of the better players, but signing Pogba is a big signing by them. Eros now, by the way, is going up to 68. We are treating him as if he is a centre back. If he gets to a high rating, he will be playing in the centre back position, not at CDM, because he just fits way better at centre back, and it's one of his preferred positions. But now we go into this match against St. Pauli, and St. Pauli is one of the traditional clubs in Germany. They're one of the most loved clubs in Germany. They've got great fans, and nobody really hates them, but they're not really the best club in the league, so we should be able to get the win right here. We're at least going to give it our best shot of beating them. And they are a pretty old club as well, one of the older clubs in Germany. And they are like the opposite of Red Bull Leipzig, who we will be playing in this episode as well in the last match. Because this team doesn't have the greatest of money, but gets a lot of German players into their team, I believe. But still, this is our lineup, the strongest team we have. We got on a good break, so I don't really mind playing this team against St. Pauli. St. Pauli has gotten a quite a decent side, like John Fook and Ty up Tralpa is a really dangerous pairing. And also their defense and goalkeeper is not really the worst of the league. They're definitely capable of keeping us out. But a player I'm missing is Rio Miyachi, loanee from Arsenal. I think he should be one of the players that starts in this team, but he isn't, but he probably will be subbed on at some point. They were gonna get this much underway with at our home ground, the Odromo, because of course we don't have our original stadium in this game, which is a shame, but still they got the first chance, and was a great save by Schaefer to make it impossible for them to get a 1-0 lead with John Verhoek right here. Great shot, to be honest, and going for the near post, but an even better save by Schaefer. But now they were gonna get a corner with Duciak, and Duciak crosses it in, but a big mistake by our goalkeeper Schaefer. After making a great save, he ran into, I believe, Brechko, and he somehow tripped over. The ball got into one of their players who could easily head it in. There was no one in the goal to try and defend it, and it was 1-0 in their favor. But now Gisnason into their box, trying to make a chance happen. He's looking for a player he can pass to, and the pass goes to Buchstaller, who takes the shot, but it's just gone wide and will be a goal kick. But then a few minutes later was Stiebe on the ball, and Stiebe was looking for Füllkrug. Füllkrug then made his move, tried to get in there. Füllkrug turns back out, gives it to Petrak, and Petrak just has to finish it. And he does so. We're back at 1-1. We are not going down this easily by just a stupid mistake by our goalkeeper. Like, Schaefer can't do that, but we are gonna make up for it. Petrak makes it 1-1. we are gonna get back into this game, and we just did with this great run by Füllkrug. He basically got the entire goal for Petrák. Only thing he had to do was just get it on target, get it past the goalkeeper. Not really the hard thing to do. Like, he gets it pretty close to the goalkeeper, but there's just no time for the goalkeeper to react. And now we're gonna get another chance with Gislason, who is doing very, very well on that left-hand side to get past this defender. He's now gonna cross it into Füllkrug, but Füllkrug can't make anything happen. Well, he can actually, but it was not good enough to get past the goalkeeper. Now Dave Bulthuis pushing up very, very far forward, but he was gonna pass it into Burgstaller, and Burgstaller got taken down. A ridiculous slide tackle by their defenders. That should be a red card in my opinion. Just came from the back of him. Nowhere near to the ball, and it would have been a great chance for Burgstaller to score. And it was only gonna be a yellow card, I believe, for Sabjer. And that is really undeserved in my opinion. He should be off the pitch right now, but he is on it. He's gonna remain there. But Stieber is going to take the penalty, and this time we want to score the penalty. In the last episode, we were ruining penalties, but this time it's Stieber to put it into the left-hand side of the goal, making it 2-1 in our favor. We didn't Pinenka it, we didn't hit the crossbar, we just put it into the left-hand side of the goal. And it's Stieber's second penalty, and he has already taken 4 penalties so far this career mode. And only scored 2, that's really not that good. He might have actually taken more, because we had one in the preseason tournament as well. Don't know, maybe he's taken 5 or something like that. But he's taken already a lot of penalties. But now a big chance from outside of the box for St. Pauli. But Shaver makes a good save, not making any mistakes after the one he just made. But now Burgstaller cutting in onto his right foot. He's of course a player with a 5-star weak foot, but a big chance wasted by Burgstaller. That could have been a great goal. And he isn't able to score it. It's just gone wide. It was an amazing strike. And it was really, really well worked by him. But it's a shame that he can't get on target. But now Brechko giving it into Behrens. Behrens plays it to Petrák. And Petrák makes it 3-1 in our favor. The second goal by our CDM. A player that just isn't made for the attack. He is just there to break up the defense. Or break up the attacks of the other opponents. And that's what he normally is, but now he's gonna head and make it 3-1 in our favor. Now a free kick for Stieber, which he takes with a power free kick. And I just thought, like, let's try something different, and it almost worked out because the keeper had to make a big save. But now it was Zierreis for St. Pauli to get through, and he crosses it in, and look at this, what is going on? It's another fail by our keeper, to be honest. Like, he went down and he could have just grabbed it, I believe. But Choi was gonna make it 3-2, putting back on the pressure. And in a few seconds you will see that this goal is even more ridiculous. Because look at Dave Bulthuis. He's absolutely ruined. He's taken down. But that's not just it. You could have maybe seen it right here. By the way, he just gets it into the top right corner. But the shot went through his foot. The ball went through the foot of Dave Bulthuis. I don't know how that happened, but now we're on the attack, putting pressure. Danny Bloom gives it to Burgstaller, who plays through to Stieber, and Stieber gets a shot of got saved, but on the rebound was an easy tapping. Big mistake by the defender, also big by the goalkeeper for passing it to him, and we're now making it 4-2, back with a 2-goal advantage over our opponents, and we've definitely won this match now in the 88th minute. And it was 2 goals for Stieber as well, just as Petrák. They have both scored 2 goals, and it was going to be the end of the game with a 4-2 victory. And despite the 2 ridiculous goals that we conceded in this game, it was still going to be a victory, scoring an amazing amount of 4 goals in a match. That's quite a lot, to be honest, so we definitely did well in this match to still got the victory despite conceding 2, especially thanks to our attacking playmaking. Not really the greatest of defending, but it was more of mistakes by the goalkeeper and by EA for letting a ball get through someone's feet. That's really, really ridiculous. I don't know how that happened, but at least we've gotten victory, gotten 3 points, so there's nothing big that happened in that match. So it's alright, I can live with it, but I just want to know, how do you make such a thing implemented into the game? It's just sounds so ridiculous to me, but I'm actually gonna show you the training for a time, gonna show you who I'm actually training at the moment, because I haven't updated you on this quite well. Eros is getting training sessions. We are treating him as a center back, and he's now 68 rated. Started off at something like 65, but he has got a mid-70 potential. So if we can get him up to that potential really quickly, he can be a good center back in the next season. Another player that I'm training at the moment is Balanta, and also Leibold, of course. He has to go up in his defensive stats to become a really good left back, despite being a left mid originally, but really been enjoying him. Not really the best of left backs, but he's only 68 rated, and if he gets to a high rating, he might be a very, very nice left back to use. And we're also training Kevin Balanta to become better than Petrak, because despite Petrak putting in an amazing performance in the last match, we're still trying to get Balanta into the starting 11. We're also training Ajampong, and Ajampong is of course, a player that has to replace Brechko, and at some point, because Brechko is going to go down in his rating very, very soon, being now 71 rated, but going up by the 1, but he will definitely go down at some point. Balanta, by the way, went up to 68 as well in this training, and also Mobile, because he is the one of the only attacking midfielders that we have in the team, except for Ott, but Ott is just too low rated. He's not going to be of any good use to us in the next season. He's just not good enough to play in the Bundesliga in a few seasons. Just not having the highest of potential. So that's the players that we're training. Just thought it was a good thing to update you on what we're doing for training, so you know that Ajampong is in good hands with us. Like, it's not like we've bought him just to be there and pay just a little sum to have a replacement or actually a backup. But he is actually getting trained to some point replace Brechko. So I think we're doing a good job on that. But that's just my opinion. We were gonna advance and we were gonna play this match against Kaiserslautern. But before that, we're actually getting a lot of international management jobs. So if you want me to do an international management job, leave it down in the comments. But for now, we're gonna go into this match against Kaiserslautern. And at the moment, Kaiserslautern is actually not in the highest of positions. They are in the 16th position. And I don't know how they do that, because they've got a pretty nice team, to be honest. And I don't think they should be in the 16th position. They should be in the top half of the league, in my opinion. But they're not doing it, so we definitely should be able to pick up a win against Kaiserslautern. At the moment, we are in 6th, but a few teams have gotten a game on us. We are on 9 points at the moment, so we can go up to 12 points and overtake some other teams above us. We are again playing the strongest side we have, but after this we only have 1 or 2 days of a gap before we play against Leipzig. So then we will be rotating the team, despite it being one of the better teams in the league. We're now playing our strongest side because I want a guaranteed victory in this one. And just try to get at least 1 point against Leipzig. But we're now playing away against Kaiserslautern. And they have gotten a pretty nice side, as I told you before, but they're not in a good position. And let's just see if there's anything that I can notice, like a big change in their side, because I know their side pretty well, because it was one of the teams I was thinking of using in this career mode. And if I look at the strike force, I don't see any strikers that I would think you would be using when you use this side, but still, I know them and they're pretty good strikers nevertheless, and the defense especially is pretty good, but they've been losing games, so apparently they are conceding goals as well, and we are of course playing the strongest side, which has been playing good football lately, so I'm hoping for the win. And here is maybe one of the reasons: they are the lowest scoring club, so that might be a reason why they are so low down the table. That's an advantage to our defense. We definitely shouldn't be conceding an awful lot of goals. At max we concede 1 goal, but it would be better to keep the clean sheet. But the first chance is actually for Kaiserslautern. They have gotten the ball now with Vallegos, and somehow the ball gets through to Carl, who takes it on the volley, but was not going to result into a goal. It was Carl who got onto shot, and he hasn't got the best of shots. But now a tremendous mistake by me, using the goalkeeper, giving it to one of their players, thinking we're playing in our red kit, which we are playing in our away kit, but they ruined the chance with a ring, and we're gonna remain at 0-0. But that was a big mistake by me, and it would have been a really good big downfall if they actually scored it. But now it's Buchstaller who makes a little move and gets past, and Buchstaller is gonna take the shot, but he gets taken down, and it's gonna be a penalty again. And guess who's gonna step up? It's against Stieber. He's taken so many penalties this far in this career mode. It's actually a ridiculous amount of penalties that we're getting. And to be honest, that is a penalty. He was going for the shot, did get some sort of a shot off, but he couldn't get the shot off he wanted to. But Burgstaller is getting really pissed off because he is missing out on a lot of goals he could have scored himself, but going to the penalty, and it was a Panenka that I took. I ruined that penalty, and now we've taken so many penalties, and I've actually ruined 1 or 2 right now with Stieme. So it's really becoming a downfall, and I was talking about this Panenka with the previous penalty, I believe. So that was my mistake. I knew it was coming, but I thought it was in the previous episode, but apparently it was in this episode. And look at the shots. 7 shots for Kaiserslautern and 1 in our favor. We don't deserve to be winning. They are actually dominating this game. And now we deflect the cross, but Schaefer's paying attention so it doesn't get into our goal. Now Stiebe is gonna cut in. He's first turning out, but then turns in. And Stiebe was going for the shot, but I don't know if it was taken down, but he went down to the ground, so potentially there could have been another penalty, and then we would have definitely smashed it, and would have not taken another Panenka at it. But now Füllkrug was going through on goal, and look at what Füllkrug did. Like, Burgstaller makes a little run, that's why he gets some space, but Füllkrug did this all by himself, making it 1-0 in our favor. Just wheeling around the defense, no one gets to him, no one is really defending well in the team of Kaiserslautern. And and a pretty easy goal for Füllkrug, but really nicely worked. Like, this run of Burgstaller makes a bit of space, takes it with his left foot, and I thought the goalkeeper was going to save it. And if we get into the Bundesliga, there will be better goalkeepers, and I think they will be saving shots like this, so we need to improve our shooting even more than we are trying to do right now. But Burgstaller is now trying to work a goal all by himself. Look at what Burgstaller is doing, he's just turning out his defense. He's still going on, and he takes the shot, but it gets blocked. Going very far on his own, but the shot wasn't gonna result in a goal, but there was gonna be a corner which could result in a goal, because Kevin Balanta picks it up, great touch, and the shot hits the post, but look at Gislason just picking it up in front of the goal. Like, he only has to tap it in, and the keeper might have done better right there. Like, just take a look at this, it crossed into Balanta, hits it great, keeping it low into the post, but Gislason picks it up, and the keeper just tries to run in front of him. Like, if he tried to dive at least, he could have maybe caught it, because Gislason took his time, and the defenders weren't reacting quickly. But still, it was going to be a great goal for us, because it gave us a 2-0 lead. And now, all the hopes that Kaiserslautern had are gone, because Füllkrug has just made it 3-0 from a quick counter-attack, his second goal of the game, making it 3-0 in our favor, and Kaiserslautern is definitely not coming back in this. They might score a goal, but we have definitely won the game. We have definitely erased all the hopes that they have for maybe getting a point in this game with a late comeback. But Füllkrug with an amazing strike across the body of the goalkeeper, he wasn't able to keep it out. And they were gonna finish this match off with a free kick, but look at this, it's the 4th minute in stoppage time, and we had only 3 minutes, and they were all able to get through like this thanks to the referee's decision. But still, it was not going to end in a goal, so it was going to be a 3-0 victory in our favor. We then got a monthly scouting update, and look at this keeper, not really the highest of overall, but the potential from 71 to 94, definitely signing him up. Only 40 to 52 overall, but he could be a good goalkeeper for the future. We'll get further updates on how good he actually is for a youth academy player. But as you can see, we're now playing against Leipzig, and they are in the 7th position on 10 points. We are on 12, and if we lose this match, they will overtake this M. And possibly we will get overtaken by even more teams like Paderborn. But to be honest, if we draw this match, we are actually gonna be able to remain in our position. So I wouldn't mind a draw, because I'm gonna show you in a minute. We're gonna rotate the team a lot, because our team is so tired from the match against Kaiserslautern, as you can see. Burgstaller is gonna be playing for sure, but Füllkrug is coming out for Bloom. And Gislason is coming off for Kerk. Eros is joining into the game, so is Balanta. We don't have a replacement for the right mid, so I have to play Stieme, but Petchko is also staying. Was thinking about putting a Champung in, but he's just not high rated enough to keep up with matches like these. And also Behrens was coming in at centre back, but was actually going to be playing Polak, and then Polak in CDM and Eros at centre back. That's the team that's going to do it. Dave Bulthij stays in the team, and so does our goalkeeper. And also Septi was going into this game. Our actual left back is now playing the game for us. Haven't played a game with him, I believe. But of course, it's going to be great. Like, I was actually doubting to put Ajampong in because I want to give him some playing time. And the way I just said Ajampong, that was weird. That was really, really weird. But great team we're playing, and we are not playing with, or Leipzig is a great team, and we are not playing with the best of teams. So we have to give a big, big performance right here to at least get a point. That's all I want from this game, a point at home. That wouldn't be too bad, but Leipzig is one of those hated teams in Bundesliga, so I actually want to beat him. I'm sorry, but they are one of the better teams in the league as well, having also an amazing transfer budget of £11 million. Like Red Bull as a sponsor, just amazing for a club to have, and lots of people are hating because of this money. But to be honest, I don't think they should be hated this much, because it's an industry, football. Money is one of the factors to make a team great. But still, it's not going to be a great team to, for passionate football. But still, was Stieber now on a free kick? And look at Stieber's free kick. The Loney is scoring a goal. Loney is having a great impact into our game at the moment. He's been really, really important so far in our season. But we won't have him after the season, so we have to replace him. But for now, look at this beautiful free kick. It's a great free kick, but it puts us 1-0 up by and that's great. We did it from a set piece, and if the ball jumped, they could have probably stopped it. But the thing that I hate about Leipzig is the players they sign, like signing Selke, for example, that striker, one of the most hated persons in Germany, in German football right now, for just going there for the money. That's something I don't like. But Stieber is now getting through, and he takes the shot. Actually, he makes his ball stop moving for some reason, and then took the shot. But still was a great shot, but the save was there from the keeper. And now we're getting on another attack with Bloom this time, doing a sort of a stop and turn, but he gets in and took the shot, but an amazing block by the defender. And we might still be able to get a chance, but Balanta actually got tackled, so there was not going to be a chance. But now it's Khedira, the brother of the famous Khedira, who's won a World Cup, of course. And here is Davy Selke. Selke passes into Khedira over to Forsberg. And Forsberg, for some reason, just won a free kick right here. Late in stoppage time. Like, if we didn't make this foul, then we would have gotten this free kick. And I decided to put Brechko on the line, but still an amazing free kick by Kaiser. But the player of Red Bull Leipzig has made it an amazing strike. Did I call him Red Bull Salzburg for a moment? I might have done it actually, but that's my bad. But this was an amazing free kick from Kaiser. I have to put my applaud it when I was playing almost. Like, this was just so perfect, going over the head of Brechko. Should have probably tried to put someone taller and with better jumping onto the line. But Brechko couldn't reach it. The keeper was nowhere near to it, because it's just such a perfect free kick by Kaiser. And it's now the second half, and in the second half it was really Red Bulls Leipzig who are trying to get the goal. Khedira now slipping but still getting the shot off, and was a pretty dangerous shot. And now a questioner over to Selke. And Selke was looking at the left hand side because there was Sabitzer. And Sabitzer was gonna win a penalty for Red Bull Leipzig. We are conceding a lot we could be conceding a lot of goals thanks to set pieces. But Schaefer now with a great save on the penalty. But they could still get a chance with Sabitzer right here. Sabitzer is true. And bad defending by me, but not a great save by Schaefer. He's making some mistakes this episode, but also turning up his game at some points really well. But now in the 88th minute was Sabitzer again, crossing it in to Massimo Bruno, I believe. And he got a great header off. Massimo Bruno, of course, one of the players we bought with Stoke City, was a really great player. But that was going to be the end of the game, a 1-1 draw. And that was not too bad, because you're going to see the match stats in a moment. And we didn't even deserve 1 point from this match. We had 2 shots. And they had 9, where 5 of them were on target, so they did deserve to win, but we didn't. But we were gonna remain in the 5th position, and that made Red Bull Leipzig go down to the 8th position, which was great. Like, still getting a draw, us remaining into our 5th position, and they going down into the 8th position is great. But this is gonna be the end of the episode. If you enjoyed this episode, then please drop a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.